On the line with us this morning, the Indiana Players. They're brought to us by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Jim Resch, Mary Jo Bowes with us this morning. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Todd.
Hi, Todd.
It's good to have you both with us here today as we team up to talk not only about what's coming up for the Indiana Players, but maybe we'll spend a little bit of time talking about where the Indiana Players play, the Philadelphia Street Playhouse. Let's start with the play itself that's coming up. It's September 18th and 19th, and then the 20th. And it's Edward Albee's The Zoo Story, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah,
okay. His first play, very challenging, very high-powered, angst-driven show that is a classic of American literature, and I'm very proud to be connected with it.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I've been wanting to do it for about 50 years.
Yeah? Wow.
I can't be in it, but I get to direct it, so that's fun.
Yeah, and casting it, it's not a big casting call, is it?
2 people.
And Jim, you're one of them.
No, I'm not one of them.
You're not one of them. Okay, Mary Jo.
No, it's a little too challenging of a role for me.
Come on.
Redoing the theater was enough of a challenge.
There you go. Well, Mary Jo, tell me about the play itself. Who's in it? And of course, I've already given the dates, but you can give us the times too.
Okay. Well, it was written in 1959, but you would never know it, because the anxiety and the fear and the trepidation is very applicable today. It is set in Central Park in New York City. 2 men, one is sitting on a park bench, and the other is a bit of a drifter, kind of scary. And he begins by saying, "I've been to the zoo." And you wait to find out what happened at the zoo, and I'm not going to tell you what happened at the zoo. Our actors are Eric Whitmore and Bill Herring.
Uh-huh.
They picked it, and then they needed a director, and I said, "Okay, Here's my chance."
There's your chance. Of course, Edward Albee, as a caller pointed out to me earlier this morning, Edward Albee actually came and spoke at IUP a few years ago.
Not only that, he did a residency. He did 2, and I was very lucky. I was married to Malcolm Bowes, and he was performing in one of Albee's plays that they did as a student faculty production, and Albee was there. We had dinner together. He ate steak and spaghetti at Bruno's, and the next year he wanted to talk with high school students, and I was the drama director at the high school, so I got to take a bunch of students over there, and they did audition pieces for him. So I feel a personal affinity to Mr. Albee because he was very cool.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And Zoo Story, of course, is as Jim said, it's a very challenging piece, isn't it?
It is, especially for the actors. For the audience, it's just intriguing. You want to know what happened at the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
And the man teases us beautifully.
Yeah.
Performances are, as you said, Friday and Saturday at 7:30 and Sunday at 2:30.
That's September 18th and 19th and September the 20th. And it's free admission, huh, Mary Jo?
It is free. We are accepting donations.
We're encouraging donations.
Yeah,
there you go.
Accepting donations
Mm-hmm.
because we want to get the theater back and running. In these plague-ridden times, we still have to have the arts.
Absolutely. Okay, Jim Resch, let's talk a little bit about the Philadelphia Street Playhouse. There's been some downtime for it, just as there has for just about everybody else in 2020, but you took advantage of that downtime, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, we did have plans that we did want to renovate the auditorium space, and when the pandemic came about, that seemed to be the best opportunity. So I already had plans available. We just need to rouse some helpers to get it working. So I had some volunteers, which was myself and Bill Herring pretty much, along with Eric Whitmer and Jonathan Bogart and Dave Cavill were the people that helped us out here and there.
Yeah.
But they were all men, big, hardy healthy mess.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Cavill and Bogart, I know them. They're not big.
No, they paint.
They're wiry.
They
They're
did the
very
painting.
wiry.
They're
And
wiry.
we also had, for some of the heavy lifting, we got Yoder Construction
Oh,
out
yeah.
of Northern Indiana County. Came in for 2 days with a crew of 4 people to help us out with that one.
Yeah. Knowing Bogart, he'd have to come by and use vintage tools in order to do his part of it, huh?
Yes, yeah, but we used all our tools had plugs.
But he's tough. He's tough.
Well, that's terrific stuff. So, what are some of the things that folks will notice when they come in? What are some of the new
I think
features?
you'll notice a real big change. The theater is now opened up. It's a large open theater space. What we did was we basically removed the existing stage. We took down the suspended ceiling, elevated it to now it's a 13-foot ceiling with I-joist spanning the width of the theater. We put in new LED high-efficiency lighting, and we've got a new sound system.
It is a black box, a true black box,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is the model for most modern theaters in this country for at least the past 55 years. So we finally joined the 20th.
You've joined the 20th century. The 21st is coming up soon, I'm sure.
In addition to that, if anybody has been to the theater, they know we used to have a long hallway that led back to the restrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we expanded that hallway, made it much friendlier, put a little reception area in the back. I think it's a great improvement. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
We want additional things we'd like to do. We're doing some work in the backstage areas. Hopefully, eventually, we could have an additional rehearsal space in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So we could actually do some more productions and get some more things going on at the same time.
Well, when you do projects such as this, and particularly in 2020 because of the very unique circumstances of 2020, sometimes it's awful difficult to find the wherewithal to do that. Did you use donated goods, or did you do fundraisers, or how did you do all this?
We did. We did have some funny. The estate of Dorothy Buckley helped us out a little with this. Also, we had, which really helped us out, was Mike Fight Audio and Electronics. He just because of the pandemic, he did a lot of sound work for theaters and that. He helped us up with technical issues and that, and also he donated a lot of equipment and gave us other equipment at discounted prices so we could really update this theater.
Mm-hmm.
And then also we did have help from some of the members. We had a little campaign encouraging people. Since we weren't making money from shows, we encouraged people to maybe give us a contribution to help us out in this effort.
Wow.
It's a true community effort, and we always like to say this is the community theater, and so it's been gratifying to see the community come together around it. Now we just need to get the community to come out and enjoy it.
There you go.
We need more people to come to enjoy it and to act in our theater. We could always use new actors and even people that have ideas for new plays.
Absolutely.
This is a community theater. We're looking for the community to be involved.
The show Zoo Story is September 18th and 19th at 7:30, September 20th at 2:30 in the afternoon. Free admission, donations accepted. Mary Jo, what's the rest of the schedule look like? Because it's probably a lot different than you may have envisioned at the beginning of this year.
We're trying to keep as normal as possible. So in October, there will be a Halloween tribute to Edgar Allan Poe. In November and December, I have written a Christmas play called On the Starlight Express. The actors in it it's for young teenagers around 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Christmas story. Then there are some original one-act scheduled for January, February. One is by Maddie Jones, whose father is Brian Jones, and that's the artist hand. There's a family connection there.
Mm-hmm.
And some others by students in February. Then I'm back again in March with a trilogy of one acts, all set in bars, called Bar Tabs.
Okay.
two of these have been performed before at the Players, and then the third one finally got to the writing number 3. April, we have scheduled readings by Mark Twain, and then May is a work in progress. We're always, anybody looking for a place to audition or try out their original works, we are happily take a look at it.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So Indiana Players keeps plugging along, always a lot to do, and now you can do so in a newly renovated Philadelphia Street Playhouse.
Let me do point out one thing, Todd, is that since we still are in this pandemic and everything, we are limiting the amount of attendance. All the seating is, socially distanced and everything. So people shouldn't be too concerned about having to attend the theater. We could seat 100, so we're setting it up so we have 25 at most attending productions.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, that's good stuff.
And they will be masks. However, the actors will not be.
Okay. Very good. Well, Albee probably
don't have any love stories planned, so.
Well, Albee probably never envisioned Zoo Story with masks on.
There won't be any kissing in the next couple months.
All right. There you go. All right. So there you go. September 18th and 19th, September 20th as well. Zoo Story by Edward Albee, the Indiana Players at the Philadelphia Street Playhouse. Hey, if somebody wants to come and get a look at the theater, can they do that? September 18th and 19th, huh?
You'd have to make sure.
Well, somebody was there. We're not there all the time.
Yeah.
We do some rehearsals in the evening. But what I would encourage, a good chance to see the theater, is come to one of the productions.
That's absolutely right. Very good.
Yes.
Jim Resch, Mary Jo Bose, thanks for being with us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great day. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, 101.1 FM and AM 1160.